Comfortable?
No.
Better?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're recording already.
All right.
So, hi everybody. I'm April the Lines.
Eddie Rodriguez.
We're with Real Broker, and we're coming to you today because we wanted to talk to you about some of the funny stuff that's happened to us in our careers while out showing property or just being a real estate agent in general.
Yeah, we experience a lot of just unexpected situations overall. So
Yeah.
I mean, between having clients around, you never know what's going to happen, and then you walk into someone else's house and you still never know what's going to happen. It's interesting sometimes.
So it's been a while, it's been a few years. This was pre-COVID when nobody was working at home. I walked into a house and I'm touring it with another agent. We're walking around, we're talking about how ugly the decor is. There's horrible wallpaper in every room.
Which you shouldn't do.
Every single room. And I should never have been saying, this wallpaper is horrid. So, we toured the entire downstairs, the whole basement. We're still talking about the wallpaper. We walk upstairs and open the door, and guess who's inside working from home? Seller. Yeah, very embarrassing. But he just kind of turned around and looked at me and turned away, and that was kind of it, but it was awkward. It was really strange because I didn't know if he knew or not what I had said.
I never recommend anybody to stay home while you're having showings, whether you work from home or not. It can get really crazy.
Yeah.
Similar situation, but not someone working. Walked into a home, and right off the entrance was a guest room. And in the description, we had been prepared to not let the cat out. That was the only thing mentioned. Don't let the cat out. So we walk in, we're thinking like, oh wow, this is gorgeous. Look to the side, and Grandma rolls out of bed, looks at us, doesn't say a word, lays back down.
Oh, well, she was napping. You did interrupt.
We felt super rude, but it was very just astonishing that nothing was mentioned that Grandma would be home. So
yeah.
we did not let the cat out, and we
No.
did say hello, and we did say goodbye when we were done, but it was very awkward.
Speaking of cats, whew. I had one where I walked down into this basement with my client, and we are looking everywhere. It's super dark, looking everywhere for the light switch. Cannot find the light switch. So finally, we're feeling all over the walls, and I feel the string. So I pull the string, and my client is standing within inches of a lunging stuffed bobcat right in his face. I've never heard a man scream that loud before, ever.
Scared for his life.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was the most bizarre thing. In a glass case and everything. Like, never seen anything like it.
But did they buy the house?
No.
I was going to say, did it come with the house? No.
I mean, I probably would have written it into the contract just as a gift. Like, I mean, if you have something special like that, you should definitely consider it.
On the listing side of things, a photographer and I, Mike Valet, thank you very much for helping me with this.
Appreciate you, buddy.
We were out at a home, and the seller's at work. She's just like, don't let Bella out. Don't let the dog out. Well, we did our best, but Bella, this 15-pound Shih Tzu, just bursted out of the door. And all of a sudden, it was a half hour of me and Mike chasing the dog, trying to feed her hot dogs, trying to get her out of under the deck, to get her away from down the street. It was a mess. I ended up calling all the neighbors to say, hey, if you see the dog, please let us know.
Did you find the dog?
We did find the dog.
Okay.
All was fine. We gave her some treats and kept her inside.
Stuck her back in the house.
Yeah.
All for photography.
Yes.
It's amazing.
All for photography.
Oh my goodness. No, I mean, what about that one house that you went to where you tried to get, was it a photographer that you tried to get pictures and he had to leave? Was there a certain reason he had to leave?
Yeah, so get a call from a photographer. This was a couple years ago now. One of my first listings. And he tells me that he thinks we have a flea problem. So he walked in and felt like there was something not right. He looks down, I guess he saw fleas, and I had never experienced fleas, haven't really seen fleas, not just part of my everyday life.
Yeah.
So I go to check out the property, and not knowing that they would basically tear me to pieces, I walked through the house, wasn't even inside the house for 5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. And I'm walking through, trying to figure out what's going on there. Instantly look down, I'm just covered. Covered in fleas. Try to walk out of the house, try to get them off of me before I get in my car so I don't take them home to my wife or my cats.
Yeah.
Tried to count the bug bites as we drove to Virginia for a wedding the next day. And I'm halfway into anaphylactic shock and got 200 bug bites on my legs. I looked like I was diseased of some sort. It was terrible. One of the worst experiences I've ever had. And the seller had the nerve to say, "Do I have to take care of the fleas?"
Yes.
He wanted to sell it with the fleas. Turns out there was a dead possum in the crawl space.
Oh my gosh! Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, the fleas are bad. I do remember that after said seller treated the house, you and I went back to the house and we rubber banded the bottom of
Yeah.
our pants and covered ourselves really good before
At
we
that
walked
point,
in.
you're just like, is it in my head or are they actually on me? Do you
Like
see
kind of you
anything
feel
on me?
itchy and you're
Yeah.
like, I know they're there somewhere.
Yeah, do you see any on me? Do I have anything on me?
I'm like, are you sure? Or, yeah, that was pretty bad. I mean, we have had some crazy things happen. I walked into a rental property once that was being sold. Landlord was selling it. It's been a few years. Walked in with my client. We showed the entire house except the master bedroom, right? Walk into the master bedroom. Everything's fine. Go to knock on the bathroom, door shut, and I'm noticing it's shut. And I'm like, wait a minute. I think I hear something. Somebody in the shower.
Magic
Yeah.
of the making.
Yeah, so we backed out real quick out of that one. But I mean, how embarrassing. The landlord never told the renter that we were going to be coming. They had no idea. So the poor guy's in the shower. Yeah, not fun. I mean, we've all had some crazy experiences in real estate. It's a lot of fun though. It's a good career to have, but it's definitely one that will never be the same no matter what you do. So
Doesn't matter what the market's like.
doesn't matter what the
People are
market's
still
like.
people.
Yeah. So if you're a real estate agent, give us a comment. Tell us what kind of stuff you've been through, what kind of stuff you've seen. We have seen it all. We had an agent just this past week tell us that he called the listing agent because the key didn't work and she told him to break into the house. Break into the house. That's what she said.
She also asked him to put away the firearms that were out.
Oh, that's true. That is
You know,
true.
that's
Yeah,
pretty
like
important.
shotgun on the bed. Do you mind unloading that? Putting that away from me? By the way, don't shoot the cat.
Yeah, I like how I shot the cat.
So comment below on what you've been through. We'd love to hear. And thank you so much for talking with us today. Bye. Why isn't it ending? Did I turn it off? I think I turned it off.